Hey, it's Ross Payton with the Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Blades in the Dark, The Blind Eyes, episode 16. In the last session, there was a prison break. Flake's father was broken out of prison, along with the forgotten prisoner. And Flake and Salvage had to make a pact with a demon in order to release the prisoner. We'll explore that in a second. And let's see here. You have 2 scores available to you right now. One, of course, is digging into the Vault of Secrets to find the location of the Soul Engine. And Mousy has a job for you. He wants to talk to you. So, of course, you can blow him off this session, at least, without repercussion. I won't be, so I'll give you you do have a choice, but those are 2 things. So now, since Audra was not here last time and Birk is the player keeping track of the crew sheet, apparently you guys earned enough rep to level up your crew again.
Yeah, at least crew experience, not rep for our hold.
Okay, so do you want to handle that right now?
Yeah, no, that's always good to do on mic, is to read everything back and forth to each other. It's real entertaining, but hey, you know what? Hey, it's part of the process.
People come to RPPR for the verisimilitude of our role-playing sessions.
Right, I'm sorry.
Well, did you
not of the games themselves, but of the sessions as role-playing artifacts?
Let's see here. So, well, I mean, it shouldn't take too long. Let's see. You get 2. I'm looking at trying to remember the upgrade stuff right now.
So we have a few special abilities. We could do another level of Vault or Secure on the lair. We could do another training notch if we wanted to make it easier to train, or the quality of equipment. There's lots of options.
Steady. Do you have 3 upgrades, or just 2? Or is it just 2? Yeah, because steady would be nice, but that takes 3 upgrades to unlock. You have to hold on to it. Each PC gets +1 stress box. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a real hot choice next time.
Yeah, I guess we could just save and go for that if there's nothing else people really want.
I mean, you could get 1 because, next time you'll get 2 upgrades again. So you could spend 1 upgrade if there's anything in there. But
yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to find my PDF of the book.
Okay. Let's see.
Because I'll definitely have an opinion. That's the thing I'm good at.
Well, we can, I just want to put that in everybody's mind. So if you figure out what you want to do, we'll just say you're banking them now for steady later on. But if there's a 1 point upgrade you want to get, you could get that because you get 2 upgrades per experience rank up, right? So
doesn't it depend on whether you use them on upgrades or special abilities?
Yeah, I think it's upgrades or a special ability costs 2 upgrades, I believe.
That's right. It's 1 special ability or 2 of the other things.
So yeah. So if you just look through the books on your own thing, if you find something you want to get, we can handle that then and there. But we'll move on. So Flake will just say is not playing this session, so he has been dealing with his father's release by going on a bender of his own. And he can deal with that.
Father-son bender.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Maybe he did track down his father to converse with him. I'll let Kale decide when he gets back. So Salvage.
Yes.
You wake up in your room, and there are a pair of burning eyes glaring at you. You know you're awake, and those eyes are familiar to you. They're the eyes of the demon, Exus, who is guarding the prisoner.
Good morning.
Do you understand the ramifications of your pact?
Well, considering that we didn't have a full contract to sign off of right now, I can only go by the verbal agreement.
The prisoner must not. You must not profit from the prisoner, and the prisoner must not be allowed any any ease from her suffering. She must be made to suffer. Being in your pit is certainly a suffering, and certainly seeing the state of the world it is. But one of your crew is dangerously close to violating the pact.
Oh, who is that?
The eyes disappear.
It doesn't help me.
Well, what are you going to
do? Get up and go to where we have her, I guess, bunked. So, wherever her room is.
So yeah, Waldorf is saying, look, these shoes are very nice, lady. Surely they're better than walking on those. It's like you're barefoot or something, like the cobblestone.
Waldorf.
Yeah, what?
So that's not going to be needed. So,
but her feet. Look at them.
I understand. Come with me, please.
Okay.
So I looked around, like, sorry to disturb you. So we'll be with you in a bit. So,
okay.
Turn around. Look, I absolutely understand what you're trying to do in this situation, and that is very honorable. And in any other case, I would actually agree with you. But right now, there are some terms and conditions that we have to abide by in order to acquire her assistance. So, and one of those is not allowing any particular certain comforts. I don't like it either. I don't think that it is quite right, and it's also adhering to a punishment that I have, that's like to a crime that I have no idea about or the magnitude of. But in turn, if we do that, then it becomes a larger problem for us. And by larger problem, I mean that we're going to be slaughtered by a demon.
Oh, that sounds bad.
It is.
Oh, okay.
So, like, we're gonna have a meeting at some point, but it turns right now, just leave her be. Tell everyone else to leave her be at the moment, okay? And please keep this between us. So just tell her to avoid. Okay?
Avoid the prisoner or guest, whatever. Okay.
Yes. So please do that. And if you are talking about this right now, your shares of whatever the jobs are going right now will be going to someone else.
Oh.
Do you understand?
No. Well, that's just downright cold of you, boss.
I'm really, really sorry, but at this point, we cannot risk it at all, and I need at least some collateral and trust. Please. Okay?
You've changed, Salvage.
I know, and I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Very apologetic crime boss.
Exactly.
All right, so
not even Stradler.
Mm-hmm.
So
so Audra, you've come back from your latest bender of ghost cocaine and
apparently
whatnot. Yeah. Well, I don't know, what were you doing to really...
I guess that, I mean, who am I to change canon?
It's your character. I mean, you could have done something else, but you did really well stress. But you come back and there is this lady here dressed in simple garb, and she gives off a very weird aura, and she speaks strangely, but she seems to understand the common tongue here. So she looks at you. You probably come. I imagine you. Do you wear your mask most days?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. She says, "Why?"
I don't know. Like, what is the culture of doing that? Like, public? I guess people just do. I don't know.
I mean, it certainly would stand you off, but I wouldn't say there's a lot of people who wear masks just because the air quality is so bad. And then there are people who are haunted by ghosts or afraid of ghosts. And, these kind of masks are thought to protect from them. So it's not common, but it's certainly not rare. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you would stand out a little bit, but not a whole lot. So, but she looks at you. She says, "Why do you wear that mask?"
It's comfortable. I don't like people looking at me.
What?
Who are you? What is? Oh my! I need a glass of water. Stop talking.
Oh, okay.
Don't even talk to me till I've had my coffee.
Ghost coffee.
Ghost coffee.
Sure.
What is happening here? Who are you?
I am your prisoner. You were my former keeper transferred custody to you, to two in particular, Flake and Salvage, I believe their names are. Just
Well,
I am being given a chance to redeem myself for my crimes.
what crime? I'm a little behind.
I am the traitor. I am the traitor that caused the cataclysm, I believe you call it.
And two people transferred you to me?
Not a person, a demon.
Okay. Do you have paperwork?
No. Well, they signed a pact with the demon in blood.
What happened last week? Okay. Do you need something from me? What am I supposed to? I just got here. I've been off this week.
They have not given me a new cell. I thought this was my new prison, but this seems to be your living quarters. I am uncertain myself. It is. Do all people live this way?
What way?
Under
Like
the ground in filth?
Oh no, just us.
Why?
Well, because we have nowhere else to go.
Why? What do you mean? You have nowhere else to go?
Well,
why would
the
not
rest of the city is reserved for, schmucks with jobs and honest work and stuff. Huh. Boring.
They do not simply. They do not simply give you shelter because you need it.
I would simply Superman punch the systemic poverty.
Boo.
Well, no, you have to make enough money. Look, it's a dumb system. So they have all these coins, and then you pretend that they mean something, and then you give them to other people, and then they give you stuff in return, or vice versa.
It seems rather cruel. Don't they understand that is cruel?
Yeah, they just don't care.
The keepers of society do not care about suffering?
Oh, no. It's better, actually. Like a little suffering, a little unrest is kind of necessary to keep people sort of angry and looking for something to fix it, which is the people in charge. So it's a pretty effective system.
It's monstrous.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to go haunt the people in charge, I can drop you off in the district.
But I am not a ghost. I am cursed with eternal life.
Okay. What can you do with that?
Well, I'm not sure. I believe that there's a way for me to redeem myself. If I understood your plans, the Ixis mentioned something of a nest of demons.
Okay. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't even understand their plans, so we're working this out together.
Oh, okay. Perhaps you should fetch Salvage. I believe the one called Flake has left. He was very angry after meeting his father, which should be a joyous reunion, but was not.
Actually, but I was going to walk behind if I'm done with Waldorf. Like, look at Audra. Please tell me you haven't given her shoes.
No, we've just been talking about other stuff. Why? What's with the shoes?
Okay. And I'm very sorry just talking to her, but your jailer, if I guess we're going to call him it, decided to talk to me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Stated that, like I said, part of our conditions is that, she help us basically to repent for her crime, but that she gain no comfort. So, and the eyes basically, the guy told our demon friend essentially decided to tell us this morning that through burning red eyes, that we're not in a dream. That Waldorf was about to basically break the pact.
Okay.
So I have no idea what the limits are on here in comfort. So I guess one of those is going barefoot.
Okay.
So, and looking to, or and I'm sorry, what was our friend's name?
This is all too specific. We need to go to a higher level. Why is she in my room? Like, let's start there. Let's start there, Salvage, and we'll work our way down to why they can't have shoes. Let's start with why they're even here.
Oh, okay. Blake told you, or at least therefore.
No, I just got here.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I've been asleep. So, it's been a long night. So, yeah, we went to the prison to get Flake's father out, which we did. But I found out that Flake and I had been having the same dream involving a time before Dustfall's night fell, that everything happened. So, and we were told that, at least told that it could change, we could aspire to better lives if we find the hidden prisoner, this is our friend. And sorry, Ross, I forgot her name. So,
who? The person with the sacred one? Or the sacred one is the one who's visiting you in the dreams. That's the mummy that was
sacred one. Okay.
Yeah. The sacred one told you about the forgotten prisoner. This is the forgotten prisoner.
Did we get a name for her last time, or
the forgotten prisoner?
Yes.
No.
Okay, sorry. That's what I thought. So, okay. With her, and I look at her, it's like, I'm sorry. I know I just want to continue writing it. It's like, you. So, do you have a name that we can use?
No, my name was stricken from me.
Oh. Well, so I guess that would be part of the punishment, too, so.
Yeah. Vimes, are you walking in?
Sure.
Okay.
And Vimes, too, so.
Just want to throw in there. I'm gonna say that I was more so in on this. Like, yeah, Flake and Salvage have explained this to me. Mm-hmm. So I just want to point out that we are dealing with a demon here. Notorious rule sticklers, and even if she was able to tell us her name, it might be considered a measure of comfort. Just want to throw that out there.
No, you've got a point there. So
you can give me a name if it makes it easy.
That's a trap. That's a trap. She may not know it's a trap, but it's a trap.
Yeah. Sorry.
Look, Salvage. Look me in the eyes. I'm doing the two fingers. His eyes, my eyes. Look, I know this is going to be difficult for you, but this person is immortal, so that means, given the situation, I would love to give them the niceties of society as well. But in the interest of us not being ripped limb from what you told me was a giant snake man, we're going to have to find our inner Chads.
So that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that anyway.
Okay.
So I agree.
Keep that in mind.
I woke up to two burning eyes in my room. So I understand the stakes here.
Right, I'm just trying to help you because I saw you going down a potentially dicey path there. So I'm just trying to give you a mental heuristic to work under.
Okay. What is the plan? Who cares? What is?
What are we doing here? Audra, given your mastery of the occult,
yes,
so far you have been involved in a plot between two demons.
Mm-hmm.
One who wants to destroy the city by releasing a nest of demons.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah, and then the other demon wants to stop that. Now,
right.
The commonality being this nest of demons in the harbor. So, when the forgotten prisoner seems to know if you can get the forgotten prisoner to the nest of demons, which is under the water, so you can't really access it right now. She'll be able to do something that will make things better in general, but you don't know.
Great.
Yeah, if the demon you're technically working for, Inkblood, would like that.
Yeah, well, there's the hinted third option.
Yeah, this is the third option. Get the forgotten prisoner to the nest of demons.
Yeah.
So the nest of demons is the MacGuffin you're all fighting over, and essentially. And getting her to the Nest of Demons somehow will do something that will be the third option that the Sacred One is hinting at. So,
okay.
But
and since I wasn't here last week, is the finding the Soul Engine stuff still going on?
Yes, you have gotten, where it is now, but you don't know where the Soul Engine is. You know where the information about the Soul Engine is.
Yeah. I remember I did that.
Yeah. You have not, they just did the prison heist last week. They did not do the Vault of Secrets. So,
gotcha.
You can do the Vault of Secrets, and Mousy wants to talk to you all. They apparently want to move on Tuhan, the guy you framed, for doing the shit that you're really doing.
Also, just as an aside, we do have info on vampire killing now.
Yes, yeah, and if you ever decide to kill Lord Skurlock, you'll have a good chance of doing that. You know all the stuff in the book about vampires, and I will say of the location. Well, where the Spirit Wardens have a vampire killing occult weapon. Which
it's a whip.
It's yeah, well, if you want it to be, I'll let you specify the form of your destroyer.
You sounded really happy about that.
It's at the College of Immortal Studies. I'm
so happy I'm crying bloody tears.
So, which is in White Crown. So, if you have a contact in the Spirit Wardens, Baccaros, the real Baccaros, if you basically use him or break in and steal it, you would have a potent weapon to use against Lord Skurlock. And you also know the vampire's common weaknesses, and Skurlock must be a very old vampire, so he has all the weaknesses of vampires. So, yeah. I think we're all caught up at this point, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I got you on that. I just wanted to hear from my teammates who put this Forgotten Prisoner in my room.
Yeah, so you have to figure out what you're going to do with the Forgotten Prisoner, because it seems like even the smallest kindness can be really bad. Maybe for all of you, definitely for Flake and Salvage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly what would happen if you violate the pact.
I assume bad things, burning things.
Probably. So, at this point, Salty wanders in as well.
What's going on?
New friend, except not friend. Be mean to her. Don't go out of your way to be mean, but don't be kind. She's immortal. It'll be okay.
What?
Need to know basis.
I don't want to know. I don't need to know anything.
Exactly. We really only told Audra because she was in her room, and Audra's the spoopy person and needs to know the spoopy related things. But if
what
you
the
really
fuck did you guys do?
So freed and immortal.
Why?
Because we were dreaming about it.
You have too, right? I mean, so far everyone has.
Look, if I did everything
the guy from the coffin.
If I did everything I dreamed about, I'd be wearing you guys' fucking skin suits. I don't go fucking doing that every time I have a dream about it.
This is like a group dream that we have been having about this.
I don't remember this dream.
Out of character, I can't remember if I gave Baz one of those.
No, I didn't have this dream.
Yeah.
This makes it even better. So is that how we're making?
I'm just not saying anything.
Is that how we're making money now? We're just following our dreams.
Yeah.
Well, I like to feel like we always were, but in a more concrete sense, I guess maybe you just haven't been visited yet. But
also, I'm not fucking gacked out of my mind on ghost coke like half you guys all the time. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Hey, tapestries and clothing are my vice of choice. Thank you.
And I've been mostly on experimentation with devices.
No, I see
that doesn't help.
So, what is your new policy for the Forgotten Prisoner? What do you instruct all of the crew to treat her? Are you going to build a cell in your lair and treat her like one?
Yeah, but Salvage is going to build the fucking cell because he's the one that put them in here.
Hey, are you hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
She's immortal. She doesn't need to eat.
I bet you are.
No.
I wasn't gonna feed her. It was a joke. You're picking on her, being mean to her. I thought we were supposed to be mean to her.
Not like actively.
I think that's just be like neutrally mean. Like
Your hair is
disinterested.
stupid. I hate your hair.
Jesus
There
Christ.
you go. Yeah, Salty, you're doing great. Keep going.
Is it not
Just
the fashion
do
now?
It's coming back probably.
I
Not
wish I
that we
could
would tell
introduce
you
myself,
because
but I don't
you're
remember
a
my name.
prisoner.
So, like, it's not the fact we have like a demon and a vampire on our ass right now, but then you want to free an immortal that we can't be nice to, which the rules involved here don't make any fucking sense.
Tell me.
But neither does the situation I find ourselves in.
It's a demon. Why would it make sense to us?
Did you sign another pact with another demon?
No.
Narrator.
Just the two.
He had, in
Just the
fact,
two.
signed a pact with another demon.
Yeah. So, looking at the sky, it was a verbal contract, so there's technically no signing involved.
I'm sure that'll hold up in demon court.
Shut up.
Audra, you see something on the floor of your room next to her foot. It's a slender green. Is that like a blade of grass? But as you look at it, is it growing right now?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll bend down and I'll pick it up. I'll pull it, pop it out.
oh, yes. Look, it is a. You begin to notice there, like where she steps, there are tiny blades of grass beginning to grow up through the stones.
It's got them cool trail cosmetics.
Okay, so how immortal is she? Like, is this one of those, like,
Is there a ranking system?
I'm just saying, is she the kind of immortal where, like, I'm going to live forever as long as no one puts a bullet in my head? Because, I mean, we could solve the problem right now if that's the case.
I am fated to either. I am the last chance for this
Shut
world.
up. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the people that brought you here.
Oh. You don't know. I would say none of you know exactly. You could try and contact Ixis, the demon. He would know. That would just be a simple, contacting ritual.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Salvage, do you just want to describe and explain a little bit her previous captor, who would be the one that could answer that question?
Yeah. So I just go into the baseline description of the giant snake man. So
What?
That's why we're going to work on not finding out the answer to questions like that, because I don't want to meet the guy who can answer them.
Giant snake man.
yes.
Yes, he is a demon.
I go off on a little trek by myself to go, find myself, and I come back and you're signing deals with snake men?
Look, the last time I went away, you guys apparently blow darted an entire wedding, so...
Hey, that's pretty part and parcel for our gang, okay? Snake demons wasn't in the contract.
It's a bit
Yeah,
more permanent.
but that's the other duties as required part.
My God.
I thought we were smugglers. I had a problem with what we were smuggling. I mean, that was given, ghost shit. But fuck me, snake demons, immortal prisoners that we can't be nice to.
Just another day at Dustball.
Doesn't have to be. You made it this way.
If you give me some dirt, I could grow a small
Shut
plant
up.
for you. That would have.
And she's a gardener, apparently. She's a immortal person that we have to be mean to, and she's also a gardener.
No,
Is-
it's not actively having to be mean to. It's just not giving any particular comforts out of. That's like as per this. You are misconstruing this.
I'm going to take out my frustration with you on her.
No.
Salty, I don't think you get it. You gotta just not worry about it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not my fault, but just ignore it.
Okay,
Salvage
okay.
is going to build a cage. You're going to pretend she's in prison. She asked for some dirt. I don't know.
Don't give her the dirt. We can't be nice to her.
Wasn't the
Why
other
do you-
part something about not profiting off of her? Let's not
Exactly.
Find out
We
what the
don't- we
boundaries
do not
of that
profit.
are.
Yeah, we're not profiting because you're going to spend a lot to build a really good cage.
So I'm going to spend a lot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out my pocket pistol and point it at her head. Look.
What is that?
Oh, nothing. Just look at the sunset.
Well, we're below ground. I cannot see the sunset.
Will there be rabbits?
And you said that you have not seen the sun. Do you see the sun or not?
We have actually, it can right now. Is it basically just always cloudy?
It's always night. Like there is.
Oh, it's always night. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I would have made a constrictor. Like that's no.
The sun shattered into thousands of pieces. There is like an overabundance of stars that wax and wane in a 24-hour cycle.
Oh, she looks at her hands, and there's a small, bright glow coming from them.
I shoot her.
Okay.
What you say?
Give me a resolve resistance check, Salty.
2 5s.
Okay. You take 1 stress, as you have a brief flashback of, just a flash of light and, the ground shattering beneath your feet. It was a memory of someone else's. You can't be sure, but then when you black out, she's already getting back up. The bullet hole is already gone.
Oh, okay. So she's like the real immortal. Okay, I get it.
So I kicked the gun away. If you dropped it, like
I didn't drop it.
Just still trying to kick it out of your hands.
I just need empirical evidence of her immortality.
You have it now. Get out.
What happened?
Did you even register that?
Our slightly less on the team friend here decided to try to kill you.
That's bullshit. I've always been about this gang.
Right now, you're having a hard time with that. Maybe decide which of your principles you want to hew closer to.
Oh.
Look, I'm trying to make profits, and you already said we can't make profits off of this one, so she's basically dead meat.
Look, okay, quick rundown. Remember the strange lady with the casket that we smuggled in here?
I also imagine we're yelling at each other from different rooms at this point.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, it works.
Absolutely, yeah.
Remember that? So maybe you haven't been the lucky, or you've been the lucky one to have, uninterrupted sleep so far. But all the rest of us, the guy, person, maybe thing in that sarcophagus has visited us in our dreams, told us about what the world was like before, and said if we wanted to, try to move things in that direction, maybe be more than petty two-bit thieves, we needed to pick up this lady. So here we are. I mean, we're already fucking around with, the goddamn vampire lord of the city, who I am sure can find ways to kill us in new and inventive and long-lasting ways that would be worse than all the joy we've ever experienced. So literally, what do we have to lose?
I just start rummaging around and stuff, making noise, throwing things.
Please, for the love of all that is holy, will you watch out for the tapestries?
No, yeah, I'm looking for the tapestries.
I think they're already on fire.
Oh no! Well, I would imagine the gang members, Waldorf. It's like, no, I love the tapestries. They're so nice to look at when I get blackout drunk. And the world is spinning. It's like I'm in an enchanted realm. All the tapestry spinning around me.
Right. Back to this prisoner.
Yep.
Well, what's the deal with you and Dirt? What's the Dirt thing going on here?
Oh, I am infused with the energies of life. I have been. I'm. Some called me the traitors, but others called me the seed of hope. I can carry. I think I can cause a way to fix what I have caused.
Okay.
So I simply have so much. I can bring inert things to life, especially plants.
Oh, I mean, plants are a good start, but can you start with like their plans when they brought you here? Can you bring those to life? Because they're pretty fucking inert right now.
Well, I believe that you don't even understand. Demons were not always like this. They were guardian spirits, beings of pure intent and purpose. They were companions and aids and to the people. It was their sorrow of and the agony when they saw the world, when the cataclysm happened, that they became beings of rage and anger and torment.
So like salty.
I believe if I can see this nest of demons who have been sleeping so long, that I can make them remember how they were, and perhaps within their great power they can do something.
Okay.
But I do not know where where you must take me to them.
Well, it's underwater, right?
Oh. It must be sealed too. The seal, if it was underwater, then they must be asleep. They must have, someone must have sealed them away, either trapping them or perhaps they sealed themselves in to forget about the world and to sleep forever. It would, of course, if someone releases them, if they were released without me to placate them, they would wake up very angry.
Angry enough to destroy a city?
Oh, of course. Many, or even more, depending on how many demons are in there. But
how would someone wake them?
Well, you simply break the seals.
Okay.
There would be a number of seals on it. They would need, but I'm not sure. If I could, breaking the seals is simply a matter of, it's like a lock in a vault. It's a matter of precision and patience. Anyone with enough time would be able to figure out how to do so, and the enough skill. So, but did you say that there was a demon? You were opposing this demon who wishes to open the nest to release them?
Well, it didn't. Do we know that opening the nest was the demon's plan?
Well, there's two demons.
That it was generic. I know. One wants to destroy it, and one wants to protect it. But the one that wants to destroy the city, we didn't know that how they were going to destroy.
No, that's how they're going to do it. Satara.
Okay.
Lord Skurlock works for Satara, and Satara wants to destroy the city by releasing the demons.
Okay. Okay, that's right.
Inkblood wants to stop Satara. And the prisoners like, I don't understand why demons cannot have noble virtues in this world. They're creatures filled with hatred now. They hate mortals for what we have done to them and what I have done, but I was not alone. All the other people responsible for the cataclysm are dead. Why would he want to protect the city? Surely it cannot have an altruistic motive.
Well, maybe if you could think about that, of how this could help, because again, with those of us who have had the dream, this seems like a possible return to what life was like before.
The Sacred One. There was an order of monks who learned. They were questing for immortality so they would have time to understand the cosmos. It sounds like one had not mastered it, but had managed to preserve a half-life state, a sort of undeath, but not quite, to preserve themselves. But in a sense, this monk must have been bound by certain rules, so he cannot freely help. He is forced to use his powers to whoever possesses his corpse. So he has found a way to subvert his bindings just enough to give you all a hint at what to do. But he cannot say any more. But obviously the monk does not is obviously working against the will of Inkblood, your ostensible employer.
Right.
So, you are creatures apparently have subterfuge and skill, perhaps you should learn what your employer wants. But I am here to sit and suffer. So
okay, well, you do that, and you don't enjoy anything.
This is most wretched to see the state of things.
Good.
All right. So Salvage, go ahead and give me a tinker check to build a cage for your prisoner.
God.
Assuming that's what you want to do.
Well, trying to think. Do we have any rooms within the base that may look similar to the cell that she was in?
She was in it looked like it was the entire level. Like it was a very large place.
Okay.
You did see a massive garden in it. Vaulted ceilings. It was bigger than your own lair.
Okay. So there was a garden that she was allowed to
Well, it looks like she just kind of grows. Gardens just spring up around.
I think they don't have a choice.
Okay, so because of the grass blade that was coming up. So you're right. So okay, yeah. It doesn't seem like she's going to run away from anything. So basically, just try to make up another room that is just barren, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we
with
can
just
temporarily put some cohorts into bunk beds. Free up
so
a room.
Okay.
Make sure Waldorf.
There's some grumbling, but you know.
Okay, so but do you want to go ahead and make my tinker roll to see if I can do something that's just Spartan enough for her?
It's controlled.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how well.
Yeah.
Funnier if you fail.
Well, I know it is, but I really don't.
Yeah, but for different reasons this time. Fun.
I know it's your soul on the line too, so
I'm fine.
So I will go ahead and it's through control, so I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Deep down, I know I come from money, so nothing can hurt me.
Aw. Fucking booge.
Partial success.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
What they deserve.
Yeah. So, so it looks like you have multiple options for scores this episode. You can either go to the Vault of Secrets and find out where the Soul Engine is. Then you could find out what Mousy wants. He's sent word that he wants you to talk. He wants to talk to you about a job. You're guessing he wants you to do something to Tuhan, the guy you framed. But also, I guess the prisoner did mention you could spy on your own employer. Basically, the prisoner and the Leviathan hunters, who are all working for Inkblood, and figure out what their real deal is. So, yeah. Or I guess you could try and steal the vampire killing weapon, or acquire it somehow. So, what are you all thinking? Salty, is there anything you're leaning towards in particular?
No, not really. Not at this point. I'm just kind of going along with what the others do.
Okay. Vimes?
As long as it isn't bringing another immortal prisoner into the fucking
I swear,
lair.
this will be the last immortal in the campaign.
No guarantees.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to find another one now.
Oh, no. That's the new score, huh? Find an immortal.
Well, so I feel like we should probably at least go talk to Mousy. I'm not saying we deal with the job right away, but we do need to stay informed on what each of our two taskmasters require.
Maintain the appearance of interest.
Okay. Are all of you going again?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another way to do it.
Yeah, no. You all head to the Leaky Bucket, another public house. Mousy's there. He doesn't look. He's very not looking his cheerful self. He's quite annoyed. So you all go to the back, a private room. Of course, he has two bodyguards with him. Very murderous looking fellows. And he says, "You've thrown a spanner in the works. You know that? This Tuhan fella, I took a look at him. Even our employer took a look at him, but we can't figure out what he's planning. He's a cunning one. He's definitely a spirit warden, but we've tailed him. We've even kidnapped one of his subordinates and interrogated him, but we can't figure out what he's going to do to stop us. But we need to stop him. He was the one to bring the passenger, our enemy into the city. And we haven't been able to find the enemy either. So you need to either find out, so we're leaning on just having him killed. But I'll leave it up to you. Either find out what he's planning or kill him. I don't care what it costs. I don't care. At this point, we can't. We just need to put an end to this. We've digressed long enough. Time is growing short. So, well, it's not that short, but it's getting shorter. So we need this variable eliminated or figured out. So either find out what his plans are or kill him.
Okay.
We did too good a job.
Yep.
They're assuming malice where stupidity is adequate.
Yep. Well, I mean, basically they looked at him to try and figure out, because remember, you framed the spirit. Basically, you fucked up their divination thing, so you could smuggle the passenger in, and then you framed Baccaros as the person who did it. And now you framed Tuhan as Baccaros. So you've just been framing and misleading them this entire time. So you've been but now because Tuhan, there's no supporting evidence because Tuhan isn't any of these things. They can't figure out what the fuck's going on. So they're like, well, just fuck it, kill him, and be done with it. So you either need to continue the framing by fabricating some sort of plan, or just kill Tuhan. Of course, Tuhan is a high-ranking mercenary in a mercenary company that fights ghosts for their living. So killing him's probably going to be pretty dangerous. But it's going to be really hard also to fabricate evidence. I mean, look how much work it was to fabricate the to forge the mask. You can delay for one session at least before Mousy will start getting antsy about it, but that's the job. Deal with Tuhan one way or the other. So, so Vimes, does that, what do you want? The Vault of Secrets, or the, Tuhan, the vampire weapon, or spying on your own employer?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Or any of you, if you have any inclinations about which job to do. The Vault of Secrets is pretty straightforward. Just break into a place in Char Hollow.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah, let's see how we can fuck that up.
I think we should try.
Okay.
We don't need Salty for a break-in job.
Yeah. Okay.
Or, I mean, we don't need
Flake.
I
I'm
thought
salty.
you were just quitting. Just like, yeah, you don't need
Fuck this. I'm done.
All right.
And we do have the phasing harness now too, so that might make things a little
that'll
easier.
make things probably a lot easier. So, why don't we just do that then? So the Vault of Secrets is where the guild, the Hive, keeps all their secrets. Weirdly enough, it's an underground vault in Char Hollow, built under a burned out large building. You know that there is an elevator that leads down in there. You saw Stira, the archivist, and his two bodyguards use that elevator. Audra, you saw that when you tailed them.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that it's underground, so there's probably other ways in. So you're also supposed to meet Stira for tea at some point. So Audra, because you did make a friend of the old archivist. So you don't have to. You could just hit him while he's there. But do you just want to do a tactical infiltration or a social engineering thing or a bit of both?
I mean,
actually, everyone can gather information checks before you decide on an approach. So to figure out shit. So, for example, you could figure out now that the elevator, you could scope out the elevators, see what they use to. It would be a risky survey check or tinker check to study the elevator from afar, just looking at with a spyglass, essentially.
I have a 2 in survey.
Okay.
And I have a 3 in tinker. So if we want to.
You can each go separately. Like, there's also other things you could gather information for. You could try and find schematics for sewers in the area.
I didn't survey shit.
No, with a partial. You can see that there is a. Were you also doing the same thing, Salvage?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm doing my tinker to survey. So and it's a partial. I have 2 partials.
Okay. So it's just 1 partial. That's all that matters.
Oh, sorry.
It's your highest roll. So between the two of you, you figure out that the elevator is actually probably a really fancy hull. There's like a little speaker box in it. It's either a hull or there's somebody at the bottom that basically it's voice recognition. You have to speak into it in order to activate the elevator.
So what you're telling us is that because this is a hull, this is potentially a elevator?
Well, it could just be a normal person down there if they always have an assistant down there who lives down there. But there are certain elements that make you suspect it's a hull, but it's not you're not for sure. But if you can fool the voice recognition system, you could activate the elevator and go straight down. So that's both your gather information checks. Let's see here. Vimes, there's other things you could figure out, or study before you pick an approach for the score. I could give you some ideas if you don't have any, but
yeah, sorry, I'm a little short.
Okay. Well, it's underground in Char Hollow, so you could always just make a new entrance by getting sewer blueprints and underground basement plants. You could try and figure out, just study all the sewer plants and stuff like that and figure out where it is by,
Yeah. All right. On the other hand, I heard you talking about voice recognition.
Mm-hmm.
So I could go consort around to see what the latest and greatest in gramophone technology is.
Sure. Yeah. You could always see if you can find a mundane thing instead of having to build your own device.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm going to consort about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a success.
Yes, there is. The latest wax cylinders have been released. They are quite expensive, though. It is 2 coins for a record Victrola-sized one, and 3 for a handheld one.
Cost only matters to people that buy things.
Well, that's true, but they are guarded well. I mean, with mundane technology, so that would be a thing to steal that. So, at least, 1 or 2 action rolls to steal one. So, finally, Audra, what do you want to try and figure out before we pick a approach?
Yeah, I was kind of around what you were saying with sewer schematics.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, they had to build the vault down there.
Yep.
So I was going to dig into the commissioning history or just see what's going on.
Yeah, study.
That's weird there. Yeah. Nope. I didn't know shit.
Because it was a
It's
control.
all so secret.
Well, it's you don't find anything, but you could try and get access to. You could try again at risky, but if you fail, you'll be discovered by a clerk in the archives who will know that you went into the wrong, a place that you're not supposed to have access to.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay, so you can roll good.
Fail or even on a partial?
On a partial, on a fail, you'll get discovered and no information. On a partial, you'll be discovered, but you'll get the information, and a full success, you'll get the information and not be discovered. Oh, that's a crit.
Wow.
Yeah, you actually have a really good.
Oh, Dewey decimals are fucked up. It's over here.
Yep. Yeah, this is a flag to be burned, but fortunately it was forgotten because it was misfiled. So you have a very good sense of the dimensions of the vault, and there are a number of potential entry points. The real question is, there is a long pipe that is partially filled with water. Well, actually, it's entirely filled with water, but it goes straight into the vault they have its own water system. So basically, if you can figure out how to swim, go through like 200 feet of, gray water, you could just pop open a grate and be in. Then there's a wall that you could blow open, or melt open, or, something. It's basically 2 brick walls back to back that you'd have to get through. And another one is to, let's see here. There is a hazardous waste basement filled with hazardous waste of some kind, some sort of chemical factory that's been closed down, and all the stuff was left in there. And that one would take you into the ceiling of the vault, but you'd have to get through the hazardous waste. So there's 3 entry points, but those are 3 hazards you have to deal with.
The pipe, was it swimming that distance submerged, or was it simply just
it's 200 feet. It's 200 feet from your entry point to the grate, and it's entirely filled with water. Not like sewage water, but like gray water, like harbor water. It's more of a storm drain now that I think about it, but it's pretty much always filled. So you could either pump it out with some sort of device, or swim through it.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. Was it swimming, or is it like Shawshank?
Yeah, it's definitely 100% filled up. So
okay. Yep, I got you.
But you could, with clever engineering, pump it out, at least temporarily.
Yeah, or divert it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you have 3 entry points to that, and then you have the voice activated elevator. So, which is what are you guys thinking in terms of your entry point? Are you thinking more just tactical insertion, infiltration, or are you going to try and use social engineering?
Could we potentially attack it from both fronts?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be all right? Like just do the disappearing man act, like social our way in, and then we don't have to worry about socialing our way out.
Exactly. Yeah. So
it doesn't work so well when you break in and then try to waltz out.
Oh yeah, you could. The fastest way out would be blowing up the 2 brick walls. Yeah.
Or those of us whose hands are still clean could just waltz our way out, and someone with a walks through walls pack could take away the interesting thing.
Oh yeah, you could definitely walk through that. That would be those 2 brick walls would be the only ones thin enough for you that for sure your harness would work at Salvage. So
okay.
The thing is, how long your harness works for sure, and you could always push it, but that's a desperate roll.
That's problematic to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. Well, if you want to social, basically, Audra would have to be the one doing the social engineering, probably.
I don't know if. Yeah, he's pretty strict on getting in. But I mean, is it even a benefit if he's just not there?
Well, I mean, he does have 2 bodyguards that wouldn't be in the archives, wouldn't be in the vault. So that would be 3 fewer people in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if Stira has any attuning powers or anything.
Yeah, I know for a fact I'm not charming enough to get him to. I just don't.
Well, I mean that depends on you. He seemed to find you charming enough at the party.
Yeah, but he was tanked and still had the presence of mind, get me several blocks away from the vault.
Yeah, because that was his long-standing protocol. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. If you're just trying to keep him out of the vault as long as possible, that's not nearly as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not suspicious at all. He wouldn't lock down the vault that has standard. That was standard procedure. So You just not be dealing with the standard procedure. So I mean, like, you could try, like, yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, or you could just go all in on, infiltration. Salty, any thoughts?
I'm in for infiltrating, like, quietly.
Okay. Well, I mean, you do have the luxury of time, so you could figure out a way to get through the pipe, and then
Salvage, you could knock together some sort of thing to pump the water out, couldn't you?
If we had that, because where we're looking at the water too, is this where anywhere near the harbor?
Yeah, Char Harlow is not too far from the harbor.
Okay.
Basically,
because we still have our ghost dinghy, right?
You're ghosting, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. We could possibly set up something through there too, although we would just have to have basically something there to pipe it up and put it back into the harbor.
You could. Well, yeah. I mean, it's all the pipe is accessed in the sewers. So, but basically, you just have to seal up the pipe so no more water goes in, and then you have to pump it out. So So yeah, it would just be like a couple one tinker check to design it, and then whatever it takes to build it in the place. Okay. So
for basically just a sump pump that we're trying to alter into this moment too. So okay. Yeah, and we could probably find something to do that. I'm sure there's some sort of form of algae or something that just sucks up water that we could literally use to block that drain or stuff a body into it or something.
So basically, I'm going to make this a controlled tinker check to design it. If you get a partial, though, there will be flaws in it. And you won't know the flaws until it's too late. So
okay. All right. Yeah, so if anyone wants to assist on that,
but you can, because it's controlled, you can re-roll it at risky, but to try and get a 6. But if you do that, the flaws are going to be even worse.
Oof.
Be like, no, that's a Mark 1. Let's do the Mark 2. I'm not satisfied with that. So, but your second roll will definitely have to stand if you don't. So, yeah. So, what do you?
Yeah, you should never be satisfied with the first mark right now. There's always something to improve. So
go ahead and roll. Control.
All right, I am going to go ahead and mark off some stress on that to give myself an extra dice, and if anyone else wants to assist,
sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I'm carrying over 3 from last session.
I'll do it. I'm free.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay, yeah, so whoever has the least amount is there. So, Audra, basically, I just need you to hold this end off to the side to see if it actually sucks anything. Don't put it near your face. So
it'll suck, I'm sure.
It carrying on the conversation from the last night, apparently. So, partial success.
So do you want to try and? There's going to be a flaw in it, but you don't know it until, and you're not 100% satisfied with it, but you're not sure what will not work 100%. So do you want to re-roll or do you want to keep that? Because your second roll will definitely count. And if you roll a failure on your second roll, you're going to be very satisfied with it.
Oh, actually, I completely forgot about something that I had in here. I have the Artificer one, so when I invent or craft a creation, would we say this has Sparkcraft features?
Do you want it to have Sparkcraft features?
Well, at least basically just for powering it, I assume. So,
let's see. Sparkcraft will definitely. I would say this becomes, if you make it Sparkcraft, you can get that benefit, but you don't get a reroll. It's automatically risky.
Okay. So, yeah, basically it just allows me to take a +1 on the result of my roll. So that would have made it a full success if we took that.
All right.
So do you want me to re-roll this and get with that in mind? Or
yeah, just go ahead and re-roll if you want to make it Sparkcraft.
Okay, so I'll do that. Do you want me to use the same amount or just
same amount. Since you didn't. Sorry. I didn't know
that is my fault. So nope, and I completely forgot about that because I thought we haven't invented a lot. So my apologies.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. So that actually. Yeah, that would have been a success. Or would that have been a critical with the +1?
If you... no, you need 2 natural 6s with that. So.
Okay, so cool. It's a success. There's no problems with it, though. So, okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So, let's see, the fusions, technological engineering. Okay. So, so in order to make it Sparkcraft, it has to have either a ghost or alchemical component. That's the basic definition of it. So, is this powered by alchemy or by ghosts?
A ghost. So, Audra, do you want to make a ghost battery?
Oh, sure, pal.
All right. Let's see here. So, Audra, the easiest way for you is if you you already have ectoplasm vials. So if you mark those off, that will power it at least for a while. So yeah, it uses ectoplasm for fuel.
Sure.
For the pump. So, all right. So now you have it designed and built, but you have to you have the components ready, but you have to actually build it on site, obviously, or install it on site, actually. So, we'll do the engagement roll. We'll say you have 3d6 for your engagement roll. So it's the first roll is going to be a risky roll. So you have to get a bunch of equipment and shit to this place in the sewers under Char Hollow. You all head down there. Let's see. What are you going to do to make sure? What is your approach to this? Are you just racing there? Are you being really stealthy, or are you going in disguise? Are you going armed to the teeth? Like, how? What are you telling your crew members? You know, Waldorf, etc., Stryler and Waldorf, etc., as you're taking a bunch of equipment to the sewers. Should we shoot anybody we see?
No. So, no, not unless they actually, that's like, are trying to take the equipment from you. So, if nothing else, keep to the shadows, try to keep hidden as much as possible.
Okay.
It is mildly waterproof, so if you need to go into the water, that's an option, but leave that as a last resort. So,
Okay.
You want to keep this as quiet as possible.
All right, so I need a prowl check for someone to manage your crew's stealthful transportation of the equipment. So who is going to manage the crew as they try to sneak all this shit through the sewers?
Boy,
I got 1 dot. Anybody any better?
What else? What is it in?
Prowl.
Oh, no dots.
I'm happy to assist, or I can make it foggy.
Foggy would definitely improve the effect and reduce consequences if you fail or get a partial. It would not improve the number of dice you have, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be a boost to potency. All right. I don't know. Does anybody just want to preemptively terrify the team for bonuses? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, somebody with command can basically provide a bonus die by you fucking better be silent.
I got none of that either.
Yeah. Salty, do you have command?
I have 1 in command.
So yeah, you could provide assist in the stealth check then by keeping the crew in line, telling them all to shut up or else.
So I can also provide a lie through Tinker dot to you, basically saying, if you're talking too much, the equipment becomes volatile.
Only one person can provide a bonus die to assist. So that's how assist. That's how Salty is assisting. So Salty, do you want to assist?
Yeah, I can assist.
Okay. All right. So mark off a stress and Vimes. Give me that roll. This is risky. Wait, Audra, are you using the fog?
Yeah, I'll fog it up.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Did you already roll there, Vimes?
I did. I got a 6.
Okay, yeah. With the fog, there are it helps muffle the sounds, and you realize there are people moving about in the sewers in this area. But due to keeping the crew quiet, and thanks to the fog, no one sees or hears you. But this is definitely an active area of the sewers. So your work will be a bit difficult. So when you get to the site, in fact, you do see elements that someone was living here. There's recently. You can't tell if they've abandoned the site or not, but there is like a sort of a lean-to tent set up in an alcove off to the side of where the pipe is located, with some, a tin of food, an empty tin of food, canned eels, remnants of a campfire, soot on the ceiling, that kind of thing. So, it looks like there's some homeless living in the sewers here. So, now setting up the now installing your very nice Sparkcraft sump pump and seal will require a risky tinker check, Salvage, because you know there's a lot of stuff going on. And
all right. So with that, I am going to make sure that I am using the tinkering tools to get a quality boost just in case we succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
So when you succeed, not just in case.
Well, if I can have you hold this in place here, it's going to be better for succeeding. So, can I get an assistant from anybody, or are we still tapped on stress?
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Just hold it up there while we bolt this in place. So look it directly in the eye. I know you don't know where its eyes are, but...
No, do your thing.
All
right. Partial success.
All right. So with a partial success, it's actually causing a bit of noise, and it's not as efficient as you had hoped for, due to some not pipe, but a hose you're using to pump the water out is a bit strained, so it's a bit kinked up. So it's going to take a little longer, and it's a little noisier than you would like. But it starts pumping out the water. And you're all just kind of waiting for it to finish. So you can either crank it up and have it go faster, which of course make it louder, and also, or you can keep it at it, without any rolls and just wait to see what happens. Let's see here. Are you going to try and crank it up, or are you going to leave it as is, Salvage?
I think it's worth it trying to at least get one. It's like we can always try to possibly improve one thing. But I need everybody to be off to the side with buckets just in case. So,
so you're gonna overclock your pump.
Yep. So we're gonna make that an option. So
okay, I'll let you choose. Do you want this to be a controlled, a risky, or a desperate tinker check?
Oh my god. Well, we're not completely screwed yet at this point, so I would say risky.
Okay.
So
putting it in the red. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I am spending some stress to get an additional dice on this. Mm-hmm. Success.
All right. You're dramatically shortening the time. So as you're waiting, Stradler goes over to Vimes and says, "Sir, I saw someone around the corner. He looked at us and then went off. Should I run him down?"
Just a second.
Okay. What do you do?
Yeah. Yes. No survivors. No witnesses. Come on.
Okay.
So you and me. Let's do this.
All right. That's a hunt roll. You're literally hunting for someone.
Right. Good thing I've got that. Salty, you busy?
Well, I'm holding this thing for salvage, but...
All right, no worries. Never mind then. Audra, you busy?
Guess not, since Salty started holding the thing I was holding.
Okay, pincer move, please.
Okay, pincer attack.
Basically, I am asking for a stress, yes.
I got you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Cool, partialed it.
Okay. You get within sight of them. You can see it. It's a homeless dude, judging by his attire, but he's near a stairway leading up to the surface. But you have your gun on him, so partial success. He stops.
Would you like to hear the good news of the blind eyes?
Don't shoot. I didn't see nothing.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Is that an action of some kind?
Yeah, I mean, basically, why not recruit like a homeless guy? Let's
Okay.
get some Baker Street irregulars going. It's high fucking time.
All right. Do you want to use consort for that or command?
Yeah, how about consort?
Okay.
Audra, my associate, tell this man about how wonderful it is to be a part of the Blind Eyes fantastic organization.
Oh, it's great. I mean, you already like to hang out in sewers, so you're 80% of the way there.
Yeah, I got a partial and a 5.
Yeah. He's a bit shaky, but he's like, oh, okay. I'll hang out. So, yeah, you have a new member right now. Actually, he says, well, I do need some money.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, I'll give him a fucking coin. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That'll get him on board. What are we doing?
Well, this is a bit of an involved operation. We'll do your onboarding later. Right now, I need you to just clear out and run interference for us. Just watch and see if any of your friends are going to be coming this way.
Oh no. Yeah. Everyone. Well, the Bluecoats are about probably going to send in their weekly patrols and any day now. They've been rousting us out, trying to build up numbers for Ironhook since the prison break not too long ago. They need them for the workforce at the Ironhook. So I didn't have anywhere else to go. I can't put my head up above surface, or at least in Char Hollow, no more. I did things.
Why's that?
Oh, well, it was about a bet about, and I won the bet, but I made some enemies doing it.
Oh yeah, who hasn't done that?
Yeah. I don't regret it none. I don't care if I did have to, well, I don't like talking about it. But suffice to say, dead dogs are really flammable. Much more flammable than you think. And piss, don't put them out.
Ross, I really got to appreciate just like as an unseen plot moment what you just did there.
Yep. Yeah. The sump pump works. The water has been cleared. And the pipe is, slimy. There's some eels wiggling around in it. They were too big to fit in through there. You made sure to put a filter so the solid objects wouldn't go through the pump, in your foresight there, Salvage. But, so you have to wiggle through some dying eels, but, other than that, it's pretty, which is gross, but it'll be fine. So, yeah. So the question is, well, it sounds like you're all going. You're just going now. You're not going to wait for try and wait for the team meeting to. So all the Sierra and his bodyguards will be in there. So are all of you going in there or just one?
Into the pipe?
Yeah, into the Shadow Vault, Vault of Secrets.
Yeah. Oh, definitely going in. So
I'm going in, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I go in.
All right. Yeah, your gang can hold the entrance up. Yeah, you all start crawling through the pipe. It is a bit of a Shawshank moment. You're just like, wiggling. Who's in first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
Salty, you're in first. The grossest part for you is having to put your elbows on dying eels, and just squish them because there's no other way to propel yourself forward. So, how you feel about that?
Indifferent. I'm cold to the suffering of eels.
All right, fair. The rest of you have to elbow your way through, smooshed eel. but just another day being the blind eyes. Salty, you step in. You're in a cistern that has, of course, been emptied out thanks to your pump. And there is a grate above you. You open, of course, that grate has a push mechanism because that's where they get the water from for their vault. So you have access to it. So Judge, you look over the lip of the cistern and you can see a very large room with just filled with shelving. And there's various documents and also boxes. There's some sort of labeling system on there. It's well lit, actually. They have ectoplasm lighting. In the distance, you can hear the hum of an ectoplasm generator. And you can hear shuffling. Otherwise, it is very quiet and slightly dusty. The air is actually very dry. And you don't see anyone immediately around, but I assume you pull yourself up and, so the others can follow you.
Well, I think I'm going to make a survey check first to make sure there's not any sort of trap or something waiting for me to, pop up.
All right, I'll say that's controlled. If you fail or get a partial, you can you can expose hoist yourself up waist high to get a second check. So
partial.
With a partial, it doesn't sound like anyone's immediately nearby, but that's about all. So you can get out of the cistern safely, but that's the only thing you can tell for certain. You don't know where they are, even though this place is very quiet. You're unable to pinpoint the locations of anyone else in there. So there's at least 3 people in here, 2 bodyguards and Sierra. There might be others. I'm
reckless. I'll just pop myself out.
All right. So the rest of you. So are you going to wait for the others to get out, or are you going to start moving?
Oh yeah, of course. I'll wait for them.
Okay. So the 4 of you are now in the Vault of Secrets. But it is you can tell it's actually like a 3-story warehouse with different levels, and it's just filled with shelving and material. So there's a lot of ground to cover. So I'll say 3 levels. Each level has 2 halves, so there's 6 sections to check. Each section would require a survey check to just manually check the filing system and see where anything about Soul Engine is located. So it would be in something occult artifacts, hulls, that kind of thing. So you're on level 1, section 1. But yeah, none of you know where the other at least 3 people are. If they're in the same section or an adjacent section, there's a chance they can detect you. So that's how this is going to work. So Salvage, you guys can discuss what you're going to do. What is your part? Are you going to split up and cover more ground quickly? Because there are stairwells nearby, so you can easily get to any of the 3 levels. Or you can stay together. You can. You've also had time to plan this out ahead of time, so you don't have to be whispering what do we do now? What was your plan?
Okay, so we had the 3 levels that we're going through that, and
each level has 2 sections.
Yeah.
Yep.
Working from there. And is it just the 4 of us that are there?
Yeah, I assume so. Yeah, I assume you left your gang behind to guard the exit.
Yeah. Unless we could take somebody there, because I'm not really keen on allowing everybody just taking a floor, or at least 1 or 2 to be able to go with it. So, actually,
you could do the thing, there's 2 ways to do stealth. One is to be sneaky and not be seen. The other way is to, either kill or capture everyone there, in which case, if there's no real witnesses and no one to stop you from rummaging the place to your leisure. I will say there's also, every time you do a survey check, it's going to be risky or desperate, depending on whether, depending on other certain factors. Right now it would be risky. No one's alerted to your presence. But if you get a partial, you'll eliminate that section, but you also get some side loot because this place has all kinds of secrets that are valuable. So you can get all kinds of material in here, and also occult artifacts or just treasures. They have, they keep valuable antiques here and shit. So yeah. What do you are you does anybody anybody can just say what they want to do or figure out your approach.
So yeah, I just want to be able to get to at least the whole plans there, because that's the primary objective that I'm going to be.
Yeah, but you don't know where they are, so there's 6 sections to check. You're in 1-1 right now, so you can just do you stay together and be safer as a team, or are you splitting up to cover more ground faster?
So I'm thinking groups of 2, so at least we can back each other up, and then split it off into 3 each.
Okay.
So anybody else, or
sure.
That works for me.
Sounds good.
Okay. I know my survey, I only have 1, so what's everybody else's skill in that?
I have survey at 2.
Okay.
I have 0, but I'm going to argue using a tune because they're hall plans. So I'm going to search for their
Yeah, I have survey at 1.
ghost signature.
At 1? Okay. So in that case, I'm thinking maybe Salty with Audra, and then I can go with Vimes.
Sure.
Okay, you're going with Vimes Salvage. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So basically, think of it 3 levels, 2 parts each. So 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2. So you're at 1-1 right now, the bottom of the vault. So Salvage Vimes. What section are you heading? And there's a stairwell next to you, so you can go up to either any level. So of course, moving might be risky. So yeah. And there's also a stairwell on the opposite side.
Okay.
So Salvage Vimes, are you going to search 1-1 or are you going to move?
I'm thinking it would just be more practical to search this one first and then move on from it.
All right.
It probably won't be here, but we can find something else if you're wanting to loot the place.
Okay. Now both of you can search independently, or one person can assist the other. Keeping in mind that failures are, of course, going to raise a clock of, detection. I'll put it at 6. You're at 0 right now, but partials will get you side loot and nothing else.
Okay.
But a full success will either give you the plans or a clue about where they are.
Okay.
So are you going to search together or are you going to search separately?
All right. Vimes?
I forget the maths here. Sorry, concentration is rough today.
Yeah.
No worries.
So, do you have more than a dot in survey?
No, and what's your stress level at right now?
I only have 3 still.
Okay, so yeah, and I'm down to 3 right now because of what I was pushing on the pump. So
Okay. I will help you then.
Okay.
All right.
So
this is risky.
All right. So at least that's 2 partial success.
All right. You find 1 coin worth of side loot.
We got a thing.
It's an antique that is worth monies. So you can sell that later.
Nice.
Yeah, but you don't find anything relevant here. These are administrative records. So Salty and Audra, while they're doing that, what are you doing?
Still searching. Do you have enough stress to just keep feeding me?
Oh, yeah.
Die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, are you going to go to 1-2 to search that, or are you going to go up a level? They're searching.
I think we just
right
each do half of the same level, so we're on the same level if something goes wrong.
Okay, so you head over to 1-2.
Yep.
You don't see anybody in 1-2. You can give me that survey check.
Well, I was
He was
arguing
gonna
I was
use a
doing it with
tune.
the tune
Oh, okay. Oh, you're
because
using
it's
a
hall
tune.
plan.
So
Yeah.
a tune will give you different results. It'll give you useful information though.
Okay. 6.
Okay. You notice that there are lenses in the ceiling, and through your attuning senses, you can sense that they are connected to the elevator, and you realize this entire vault is technically a hull. There's a hull security system. So because you've been quiet and you've been sticking to the shadows and the shelves, it has not noticed you yet. But you are being watched, or you could be watched if you stay in front of the lens too long. The ghost powering the hull would probably recognize that you don't belong here. So, but there's nothing mundane on level 1. Everything on level 1 is mundane in terms of the documents and stuff like that. So,
Okay. Should all move up to 2.
Okay. So
I will also, of course, pass along the information about the security system.
So you meet up. You've cleared level 1. You did not get any side loot because Attune doesn't do that.
Right. Fine.
So Salvage and Vimes, to move up a level, you're going to need some kind of check. Because now you know that there are lenses and stuff watching the stairwell, and there's no cover. It's stairs. It's a stairwell. So there's no nice shelves to hide behind. So you can try to use Attune or Tinker to come up with something to trick the lens, or you could use Prowl. You could also use Finesse to climb up the side. It's sort of an open air thing. So even though there's a stairwell there, the levels aren't fully closed off to each other. So there are openings from one level to the other. So you can look down a level and look up a level. And those have railings, but you could jump up and climb up from one level to the other. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But yeah. Salvage and Vimes, how do you want to get up to level 2?
All right.
What's a good strategy for you, Salvage?
Well, I have the phasing harness on, so it's going to be kind of clunky no matter what. So
that'll use a load, and that only works for you. So you could get up there and then sabotage the hull on level 2, like the lenses, or at least the lens in the stairwell.
There you go. That'd be super handy.
Okay. So
I can do that.
Spend a point of load. Now, how are you going to sabotage the lens? I'll say this is controlled risky because you can position yourself just perfectly. But you could use Tinker to put up a mirror to reflect on itself, or to show a different scene, or to put a blind spot in it without it realizing it. Or you could use Attune to more subtly sabotage the hull.
I think Tinker to be able to at least blind it with either a mirror or possibly putting directing a light into itself, so it's literally given a blind spot.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's a better option. So
all right, I'll say this is controlled.
Okay.
Because you used the harness.
Yay. Success. So It is completely blinded. Blind eyes, blind rolls.
On the stairwell up to level 2. So all right, so level 2. Are you also going to take 2-1? And then the other team is going to take 2-2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Audra and Salty, you hear, as you sort of creep towards the 2-2, you hear coughing, and then the sound of someone writing on paper. So you duck behind a shelf, and you see that there's some alcoves for writing, and you hear sort of boots shifting. But you would have to make some kind of check to figure out exactly where the sound is coming from. It's there's at least one person in 2-2.
I will survey.
Okay. This is controlled from doing it from the safety of the shadows.
2 partials.
Or with a partial, you don't see them, but you're pretty sure which riding alcove they're in. There's at least one person in that riding alcove. You don't have line of sight on it, right? Doing it, you're only going to get part. Basically, you can search part of the shelves in 2-2 as risky. But if you want to search all the shelves, that's going to be desperate because you have to go within that line of sight of that alcove.
Could I make a skirmish check to shiv them quietly?
Not quietly. That would be hunt. Skirmish would be just running up old boy style and just fucking killing them.
Parkour style.
What if I do it quietly?
That's hunt.
No, but what if I run up old boy style quietly?
Running. You know what? I'll do that. You have to take your shoes off though. So
That's fine. I'll take my shoes off.
okay, so basically any partial will have a worse effect on you because you're barefoot now. You'll someone will step on your foot, in the fight, or you'll step on something sharp and not like it. Or maybe that'll just be a later on. But yeah, you can die hard it.
All right, 2 partials, another partial.
Okay. So with a partial, you run up, and you see there's actually 2 people in the alcove. There's one of the bodyguards and Sierra, and you only stab one of them. And the bodyguard was closer. So Sierra sees you, and a Derringer just pops into his hands. He had an automatic, Derringer, one of those things that you
handspring.
Yeah, handspring. So
I will jump out and say, Sierra, wait.
Okay. I'd say that's a desperate consort or sway.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's a stress point. I'll
Okay,
give
thank you. Desperate also. Don't threaten me with P.
Okay. I'm going to put...
Sorry.
Sierra holds the gun at you. I'm going to put you at 5 out of 6 on raising the alarm. You made some noise, so anything else is going to raise the alarm. What are you doing here? As the bodyguard just slides to the ground. So, what do you say? He still has the gun on you, but the alarm is yet not risen. So, Audra,
we're saving the city, sir.
What? How can you save the city? That's what?
There's a vampire lord who has agents within the guards here.
There's only 2. Well, 1 now. They've been with me.
It was a 50.
No, not the guards here.
Yeah, yeah, what he said.
I don't. All right. I'll give you a risky sway check to tell the story to Sierra to persuade him to join.
I got no sway, but I can consort with him.
Do you have sway, Salty?
Doing sway.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Stress point.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Damn it.
All right. I'll say, let's see here. He believes you, but the alarm will as he does so, he just freezes up. I can't, the soul. So he can't help you. He's just overwhelmed by this information, so he can't tell you where the soul engine is. And there's still a bodyguard running about or lurking somewhere.
I don't need you to help us. I just need you to not stop us.
Okay, well, he's not stopping you. He is you've just caused an existential crisis in the poor archivist.
So can he stand down the alarm? Sorry.
No, it's not. The alarm's at 5 out of 6. It has not yet been raised yet. The problem now is that there's one more bodyguard somewhere in the building.
Okay, but he can't help us shave parts off that clock or anything.
He cannot because you got a partial.
Okay. Okay.
It's too much for the old man. He's not actively fighting you, but he can't help you. It was too much for him. So, meanwhile, Salvage and Vimes. Got to survey some more?
Yeah.
We don't know any better.
Yeah. All right. Can I have your stress?
You have my axe.
Thank you. Stressful axe.
All right. Ugh. Another partial. Ooh. Hey, look, some stuff. Oh, blackmail. Ooh, you get a big folder labeled blackmail. And it's a bunch of secrets of prominent citizens of Duskwall. So,
okay.
Yeah. You could definitely that would, if you just sold it to a fence, that would be worth 1 coin. But you could use it to generate your own scores if you want to keep it. So, but it's definitely not here. The four of you reconvene. There's only one level left. But there's also one, at least, you actually hear footsteps coming from below. As the four of you reconvene, and you find the two of you see the body, and the archivist frozen with fear. No, just muttering to himself. But somebody's coming up the steps.
Hide the body, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you can hide the body, and clean up the blood. So let's see here. I'll finesse for that to clean up quickly.
Okay.
What's your finesse at?
I have a single.
2.
I have 3.
Go for it. I'll help.
Okay.
It's like cleaning up your workshop. It's just blood.
It's just people oil.
It's just people oil.
No.
I mean, it is.
Just trying to...
See?
There's a convenient dumpster nearby you can put the body in, and the blood just a little bit of elbow grease solves
Plus
the problem.
100 points.
I had to go fix my smoke alarm. What happened in that 15 seconds I left?
Salvage is really good at body disposal, it turns out. And blood is just people oil.
It's like cleaning up your workshop.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Limbs are just crumple zones, and blood's just people oil.
With your critical success, do you want a clue about where the information is, or do you want to solve this complication more easily?
I would say... Okay.
I would
your
say
roll. Sorry. No.
I personally am going to go with the clue. Like
That's
if
also
we
what
need
I was going to agree with. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look.
Can I say that like cleaning it up kind of snaps the archivist out a little bit?
What? Yeah. All right. He just looks at you. One level above. There's a. It's in the gated. There's a gate. The key here. He hands you a key.
Thank you, and the next tea's on me.
And then he's just looking glassy-eyed as a young man comes up carrying a tray of tea and scones. It's master. It's obviously an apprentice of the archivist. So the four of you are watching, or in shadows, hiding. As he comes up, master. I've brought tea for us, jasmine this time. I hope you. I know you thought it was too floral for you, but I'd hope you give it a second chance. I was like, is Emerald's left. I see. But Ruby's not here. Those twins. They're usually so responsible. Look, you're catching cold. You don't have a. How are you doing, master? You should take the day off, Stephen. Oh, what are you talking about, master? I've much work to be done. Here. No, you. So, do you all sneak out while this scene is unfolding, or are you going to try and intervene? You're not sure if the master's going to be able to keep the apprentice from realizing something's up.
It doesn't matter. We got to get the plans.
Okay. So you leave before the scene unfolds anymore. But both stairwells are covered by lenses again. So, Salvage, are you going to do the same thing again?
Yeah. So
right.
we'll at least get one
Spend
more.
another point of load.
All right.
And another controlled tinker.
Tinker? Okay.
Or a tune.
Assist. Or if somebody else has less than 5.
No one can assist with this because he's using the
that's
hardest.
sorry.
Yeah, it's the hardest. So yeah, so it is what it is.
Yeah, but if you make this check, then nobody has to make any more checks to get up to the third floor. So
And I do.
Yeah. So you're all up on the third floor, and you hear, you're up first, Salvage, and you look down the corner. You can see someone heading down the other stairwell with a very large sword strapped to their back, and then body armor. So yeah, that must be the other bodyguard.
Yeah, we might have company here soon.
Well, they look like they're heading to the other stairwell. So, and this is the top of the stairwell on both sides. So they're obviously heading down. So you'll have clear run of the floor. So,
Oof. Okay, so start getting everybody else up. So,
yep. So you're all up there. You know what to look for. There is a gate in the corner, like bars and gate, like a prison cell gate. But there's a large lock in it, and you can unlock it with the key the archivist gave you. So the question is, are you going to be running or still stealthing this part? Because there is somebody who is going to be looking for their twin, and like very, very suspicious very soon. But there's also lenses watching your approach. So what are you more concerned about? You're going to, well, basically as a group, you're going to have to make some kind of roll, to either run or to, prowl. I'll just let one person sort of lead the group with this roll. Actually, only one of you needs to go, because only one of you needs to unlock the gate and grab the soul engine shit. So you're
we just have to go to where the guy said and then get back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Salty, you're going.
What's the skill?
You can use prowl or finesse.
I don't have either of those.
Okay. Well then,
I would say salvage.
I guess.
Then.
Yeah, I guess that'll be on there, and I can, if you want to, I can use. If we're just trying, is it to unlock the finesse to unlock the gate and get in, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Well, you also have to cross like the third floor. You're sort of on the opposite side of the floor from where the gate is. So you basically have to cross through. There's a bunch of lenses watching, and you have to either sneak by them or run by them before they notice you. So
okay, I can do that. Is there any bonus that somebody can help me with an assistance for maybe distracting or using mirrors to try to throw light towards lenses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that thing.
All right, cool. Thank you. Partial success.
All right, with a partial, you get there. And you find there's only one thing in this little gated alcove. There is a box, and inside the box is labeled. There's a label on the box though that says "The Soul Engine Archives," and there is a warning above it. It says, "Only do not remove on penalty of death."
Well, that's like pretty much the entirety.
Okay.
This
so you grab
mission.
it. It's a box. So it's a cardboard box of documents.
Okay.
But it pairs out all the information about the soul engine.
I do want to look around, or at least on it, to see if there's any mechanism that's going to trip a trap as we're trying to remove it.
Okay, sure.
So can I use that a tinker roll?
Yep.
Okay. It's safe.
All right.
We're good.
So you pick it up. Give me a prowess check.
Prowess check. Yeah, that's not going to be good. All right. Partial success.
All right, you can take a level 2 harm from being electrocuted because you did not disarm the trap, or you notice that, or you can take a point of stress.
I'll take a point of stress.
All right,
so
you take a point of stress. It's like you nearly avoid getting electrocuted, or you avoid getting electrocuted narrowly. But so you get out. At this point, though, where is my twin? Where is my brother? So it seems the bodyguard, the other bodyguard, is real angry. And the yelling does trigger the alarm. You hear a set of gates going off all around. So all of you are on the top floor, the third floor. You're not sure what else is happening, but yeah, everyone can give me a survey check, actually, to figure out what's happening, or some other kind of check to sort of assess the situation. All right. Well,
I'm just too concerned about being almost electrocuted.
You hear a gate actually opening.
What are we looking for?
Well, the alarm has gone off, but you're trying to figure out what that means.
Survey or
survey.
Can I attune? I ain't got no survey.
Yeah, you can attune.
Right.
success?
It's coming from the ground floor.
Critical on the attune.
Oh, it turns out the hull is actually got another hull. It's activated like a humanoid guardian. Well, hunter killer hull.
Good,
Yeah,
Hunter killer.
yeah. So there's some sort of spider hull that is coming out of a gate on the ground floor that you will have to get past or destroy. You could try and blast your way through the weak spot in the wall, which is on the second floor, one floor below you. So, but you also have the bodyguard to deal with as well, who is also on the second floor right now. So, but you look down, you can also see that the cistern is still open, but it's all the way on the ground floor near the spider hull. So, yeah, you can all, you don't have to worry about stealth no more. What's the plan?
What is the plan, gang?
What is the plan? Do we want to fight a spider or do we want to blow the wall out?
I mean, at this point,
yeah, it's just like this is about getting out at this point. So I'm more in favor of blowing the wall for your escape. So at least I can stay behind until give you give one of you the soul engines information, and then I could use the harness to get away if necessary.
Well, your harness will most work at the blowing the wall, so you could all go through the wall. So,
well, I mean, like that's what I was saying. Like, blow the wall, but I stay behind to do the most of the work and then I can use the harness just in case.
Okay. So, the four of you run down the second floor. The body. So there's the bodyguard. So how are you going to do it? The bodyguard is between you and the weak spot. So, Salty, do you just want to try and skirmish and run them down before they get a chance to kill you?
What, the guard?
Yeah, there's one more bodyguard.
Yeah, I'll kill the guard.
All right. This is going to be a risky skirmish check.
Okay, I got a partial.
All right. Do you have load left? You could spend it on your armor to avoid taking damage, because he will stab you back before you kill him.
Yeah, I pretty much have armor.
Okay.
On auto fit time.
All right. So you
hang out with Blake too often. I have to.
So you run down the stairwell. He hears you coming, but is too slow to avoid being stabbed. But he manages to stab you. Unfortunately, well, it turns out he has armor as well. I didn't mention he had armor on. So, but you've engaged him, so the three of you can run by him. Let's see here. Who's going to blow a hole in the wall? Salvage?
I guess that'd be me, since that would be part of the better tinker role.
Yeah. So. How many points of load do you have left?
Let's see, because I've used the one twice. I came in with heavy, so I should have I used the harness 3 times, right?
Yeah. So
I have 3 left.
Okay. Yeah, you can use. I'll just say grenades will count for this. So,
okay.
But it'll take 2 load of grenades to blow the hole.
That's fine.
There's 2. Oh, actually, no, demolition tools, but that's the same thing. So yeah, 2 load. Tinker check, risky to set it up quickly and fast.
All right. And I'm going to post 2 stress to make sure that we get out. So hopefully there's nothing else behind this, because that's going to be a trauma. Critical success.
All right. I'll say, all right. So Salty, you two stab each other. Both of you look down. You both see you're wearing armor. He takes out another blade. You take out another blade, ready for round 2. And that's when Salvage's blast goes off and knocks him down to the ground. You all have an opening to run through and get the fuck out. Yay. You all managed to get out. With the soul engine plans, and information. So, you can hear the clanking of the spider hull behind you, but you easily lose it in the sewers. And of course your gang knew to just abandon the sump pump if they heard explosions in the distance.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. And, so score complete. The plan, before we do into downtime stuff, you read through the plans, and you found out the reason why it's going to be hard. Well, you never be able to find the soul engine normally, because they used it to it's a construction hull. It can build things, and is directed. It can basically build almost anything, and so they built it into the Crow's Nest, which is in Crow's Foot. It is an ancient tower. Well, that was thought to be before the Cataclysm, but they have fooled people. It's now a blue coat watch post, but you have the information on how to activate it. But imagine basically it's the size of a train engine. But when you activate it, mechanical arms come out and various devices to start build whatever you can imagine. So in order to get the soul engine, you're going to have to activate it in the Crow's Nest and undo its construction. And then it's going to be very well. That's another problem. But it's incredibly powerful hull. It's the reading through this material, Salvage. What are you thinking?
I'm actually really excited because this is just as dangerous as this become. This is probably one of the most complex things I've ever seen.
Yeah. With enough occult energies, you could build anything. And apparently, there's even an ascendant mode where it can not only construct things, it can transmute matter. You can turn things into other things with it, but it requires vast amounts of energy, more than what ectoplasm vials can provide.
Getting an idea that I'm keeping to myself for the moment.
Want to use the immortal person to fuel it?
Well,
No, that was my first thought.
That's not mentioned in the documents, so that's something you have to do with trial and error. But,
I just put it in front of her. Think of fusion.
But why? But this is what Inkblood and the Leviathan Hunters want. They say they can use this to create a new seal for the demons. Is that what they're up to? You've successfully completed the score. Good job. So that's another 2 rep for the group. You do get 2 heat for this because your group was spotted in Char Hollow by other people. And certainly the Hive is real angry about their vault being stolen. They don't know it's you exactly, but yeah. So let's see here. You also have you can either sell the 2 things you found, or you could just keep them for, or at least the blackmail stuff for future scores. I'll just let you decide that whenever you want to. So you're at heat 4. Let's see here. Let's see what you're questioning. They actually pick up they pick up Dead Dog, who's your new member, and question him. And unfortunately, he gives them. You can either pay 2 coins or gain 1 heat, as he inadvertently reveals some more information.
Fucking gain 1 heat. That's why we have that ability.
Okay, so you stay at heat 5 because you go up to heat 6, but then you go back to heat 5. So yeah, downtime. I assume everyone's indulging in their vices.
Yes.
And then so you can roll for that, and then you can tell me. Let's see here, Audra. Do you know what you want to do for your second one? Or you just
no, give me a second. Sorry,
okay.
Bother people.
3D 56. Wow, damn, Bill.
Fucking cheater.
Just sit there, OD.
D56. All right, yeah, I know. Rolling a 40 in a Blaze in the Dark is really good.
Thank God.
Fuck it. I was gonna try to say something, but just fuck it all.
Aw. All right.
Not in a bad way. Just.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, Salvage. You want to know do you know what you want to do for your second downtime?
Trying to think. Actually, since we gained a lot of air, I want to work on reducing our heat just a little bit.
Okay.
So,
how are you doing that?
I will go back and if I can use Tinker basically to go ahead and disassemble parts of the sump pump. and start disseminating them across town. Basically, I forgot what was the fog hats, right? Or one of the other
Fog
gangs.
Hounds. There's one of them.
Fog Hounds.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah.
Dump it in his.
Well, you don't know where he is. He's in hiding. Like,
okay.
You could use
the grinders. The grinders were.
You could use Tinker to make new sump pump parts and place them around there, and like to sort of like, oh well, any number of gangs, you put them in just yeah. So yeah,
actually,
okay.
Well, the idea I would have is that even going back for that, maybe where we were leaving it, but take the old one, but start use Tinker to put the emblem of the grinders onto it to see if we can reduce heat on ourselves.
Sure, go ahead and use Tinker.
Success.
6. Well, it's just based on your roll, so you reduce it by 3. Yeah. Good job. Let's see here. Audra, have you figured out what you want to do?
What is their heat at after that? Sorry.
2.
Okay. Fine. 2 for a while. I'll finish off my vampire research clock, I guess.
Did that last time.
Yeah, sorry. I did mention that. You know all this stuff in the book about vampires. You also know there's an anti-vampire weapon in the College of Immortal Studies. Yeah, Vimes helped you with that.
Cannot believe you finished my project. I'm just not. No, I'm just not used to a group member doing any work. No, sorry, that was like a school group project joke.
Yeah.
That was a group project joke. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you could research Immortals, the Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next start. Was trying to spend time with.
Yeah, you can you can interrogate the Forgotten Prisoner and find out more about her.
Yeah, but like a balanced neutral interrogation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start a little immortal clock here. How many? Segments?
What are you trying to figure out? What are you trying? Are you just trying to get background information, or are you trying to answer a specific question?
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to get background information because none of this is in any of my books or anything.
Yep.
So
all right.
Kind of like
I'll just put that at a
scratch.
6 then.
Okay. Yeah, I just feel like I'm researching from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interview with the Forgotten Prisoner. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Just roll like a tune, I guess, for that.
Mm-hmm. And does this count as gathering information? Because I get plus.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
Okay. 6.
All right. 6 adds 3. So you're at 3 out of 6. So when you get that, I can answer some questions about any related topic, or just do some background lore dump, whatever you prefer.
Sure.
So, but yeah, you're a 3 out of 6. Let's see here. Vimes, have you done your second activity yet?
I'm training prowess.
Okay. Yeah, training's good. And Salty, what about you?
Relieve stress and probably train something.
Okay. All right. So that ends this score. So now you know where the soul engine is. You know how to activate it. If you getting it out stealthily is going to be really difficult because it's literally a building, built into a building. The crow's nest.
I accidentally overindulged. I forgot what happens. You take another advice.
No. You get to, let's see here. I'll let you select an overindulgence from this list. Attract trouble, which is an additional entanglement. Brag, +2 heat. Lost, in which case your character's missing from the next session, and you play a different character. Or you're tapped. Your current purveyor cuts you off, in which case you need a downtime before you can indulge in vice.
I should come up with something for trouble later.
Okay, attract trouble. All right. The Blue Colts pick you up. And let's see here. They can either beat you up, you can pay them off with 3 coins, or you can tell them what they want to know, +3 heat. And you can resist being beaten up.
I'll resist being beaten up.
All right, give me a prowess check.
Get beat the fuck up.
All right, that's a level 2 harm, or that is a 5 stress.
Stress.
All right, well, you net lost 1 stress. So you just got to relieve stress again?
No, I'm going to train.
Okay. All right. Well, you win some, you lose some. So yeah, that ends this. So next time, you can do Mouse's job to keep Skurlock happy, or distracted, misled. You could try and get the Soul Engine, or you could look into your own employer and figure out what their real plans are. But yeah, questions, comments, suggestions. You guys have fun?
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yes, sorry, I'm a space case, so just
No worries.
That's fine.
Yeah, I really like the opening scene of dealing with the prisoner. That was
Thank you.
that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'll talk about it when we're off mic.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.